Good evening, Rescue Enjoyers. Hope you're doing right, because it's time for the predictions video. Yes, in this video, we're going to go ahead and try and figure out which of these skins potentially might be the best investment for this week, which of these skins might help us walk away with some sweet, delicious looking profits. So sit back, relax. I'm going to start yapping. Right, complete the sets for our store for November 21, 2024. Lots of very interesting collection continuations. Now, please be aware of this. Before I start talking about what potentially is a very nice investment, these top 4 skins here, it's been a few hours since the Rust rotated, and they've already sold like ridiculous amounts. Like for the first 24 hours of sales over the past few weeks for many different Rust stores, what we see here has surpassed them, and it's been a few hours. So clearly you can see these are selling ridiculously. Now by default, notable, interesting looking collections, the first marketable backpacks ever to exist. Understandably, a lot of people quite hyped up. I get that. I fully get that. But even then, I am still very much concerned. I feel like they're probably selling a little bit too much in comparison to genuine demand. I think a lot of people buying them in excess, thinking, oh yeah, it's going to be an easy flip. There'll be no problem, I can easily make profit. That's nice, but if far too many people do that, then we definitely have a problem with oversaturation. So to put it very bluntly, there is stock and there's demand. And if there's far too much stock, there's an excess amount that gets thrown onto the Steam market, the third-party sites, and when they flood the Steam market and whatnot, people will keep trying to undercut each other to make a sale, and gradually the price will just keep going down, down, down because people keep undercutting. It's a big problem, and a very good example is to look at the complete the sets for May 18, 2023. Do you remember the Whiteout boots? Lots of people just assume, well, Whiteout collection's nice and valuable. Surely those boots are just going to instantly go up in price. They did. 64,000 subscribers. 99 cents. Be aware of that. Nice, affordable, and approachable. Now, if you were to look at its sales history over the past, its whole existence, you can clearly see it crashed and burned. But a year and a half later, it gradually went all the way back up to its Rust price. That took almost 2 years, all right? So please be aware of that. That sold far too much, and then it really suffered. But eventually it did recover. Okay, cool. So that's nice. Be aware of that potential problem. I will probably make a video dedicated to talking about the backpacks, because there is a big concern about that. When a new item becomes skinnable, everybody rushes to buy out the first skins that come out, but what happens is more skins eventually appear with every brand new Rust store. They're no longer that special, and then they suffer. So I'll talk about that potentially over the course of this weekend. Keep an eye out. Right then, so still, what are we looking at? What's potentially the best investment for this week? Well, I'm looking at all of these skins, and I'm going to be honest with you. I think Berserker Boots might potentially be a very nice thing to look at. What, really? Yeah. I don't think they're going to sell that much. Obviously, all of these skins right here, they're getting a lot of attention. They're getting a lot of sales. But over down here, they're just not getting that much, are they? So I'm looking at Berserker Boots. Berserker Collection seems to be doing pretty okay. It's got some decent prices there. Majority of it is in the positive. I'm looking at the clothing and armor specifically. Now, one very easy thing to look at was we've got Tier 3, hoodie and pants, and Tier 2. We've got all the core pieces. But what appeared afterwards was the gloves, as you can see here. That only did just under 10,000 subscribers. It also sold at 99 cents. Well, because it sold quite a little bit less compared to all the other, clothing and armor pieces, all the better for it to rise up in price. There was only so much of this to go around, so as long as the collection remained fairly in demand, that progressed ever so nicely. It's essentially doubled in price. 99 cents, now it's selling for $2. So over to here. Do you truly believe these boots will sell all the way up to 10,000 subscribers? I don't think so. I think it might fall just short. And if that progressed ever so nicely, I can't help but assume this will progress ever so nicely. Now, the only issue is that is not abnormal. That's not going to become marketable Wednesday night going into Thursday morning. But even then, I think it probably might be a nice thing to keep an eye out for. So it's looking pretty reliable. Will it go up in price ridiculously? No. But will it reliably retain value? It does look like it could be the one, so keep an eye out for that. But let's look at it on Wednesday night. Right, the next skin I kind of want to talk about. I'm curious, but I'm also a little bit unsure. I'll explain. Pixel Armored Double Door. So I know earlier this year, when we saw the Toxic Armored Double Door, I thought, you know what, guys? We rarely see Armored Double Doors being accepted. In total, we currently have 14. But what happened was we then got 2 Twitch drops, and then we got the Neon Bismuth Armored Double Door. Now, these 2 skins right here, the marketable ones that is, they stand out ever so nicely, they glow in the dark, they look very appealing, and are also part of notable collections. I'm sure you get that. And then over to here, do I even need to showcase Neon Bismuth? It looks cool. Right, so those, they've retained value, they've done very nicely, but now we have Pixel Armored Double Door. Now, I am understanding that not everybody gets the appeal of Pixel, alright, understandable, but as much as I say that, I have to be aware of what everybody thinks. Feel free to comment below what you think of this Armored Double Door. It doesn't glow. And that might potentially be a bit of a deal breaker. Also, just want to quickly showcase this to you. The Pixel collection itself, yeah. Now, some of the deplorables are doing pretty okay, but not all of them. Not all of the skins. At the very least, I don't think it's going to be selling too much. I think it potentially might struggle to reach 10,000 subscribers. We shall see. But keep an eye on this. That very likely will work out maybe all right. It might retain value for the foreseeable future, simply potentially being the cheapest armoured double door that's marketable. But there's the other concern of, well, this year we got quite a lot of armoured double doors based on previous years. What happens next year? Throughout all of this year, you saw sheet metal double doors suddenly become very common, didn't you? Now, they've done a decent job retaining their value regardless. But armoured double doors, are they going to emulate the behaviour? Yeah, okay. So if it sells hardly anything, that would be interesting. And yes, this is abnormal. So cool. Right then, out of all these other skins, what's looking to be quite appealing? Thundergold SAP. I'm going to talk about this. So we've got quite a lot of pistol skins, SAP skins to be precise. And I'm just going to sit here and say this. They tend to be very, very reliable. Look at all of that. Look at all the SAP skins we've had over the course of the many years. They get used a lot. They are reliable. And of course, we've got some very nice looking skins. Now, if I were to show you the No Mercy SAP, that's probably the only other white SAP we have, perfectly in the positive, and now we have Thundergold. Now, just to quickly point this out, I have made a short video showcasing the No Mercy SAP compared to the Thundergold SAP. They are both perfectly fine in the snow, as in aiming down, you have no issue. But I don't know if this is going to sell that much. We've had a decent amount of SAPs this year, and they've sold reasonably, and they've done a very good job of retaining their value. But they don't really go up in price that much. Whilst they're very reliable, during the January time, post-Christmas, most of these would probably only go up by 20 or 30%. Reliable, yes. Lots of profit, So do take that into consideration. But at the very least, it stands out ever so nicely. It's a lovely looking skin. Very nice, shiny, and gold, Thundergold. So if you like it, by all means, buy one for yourself. Appreciate. But if you're looking at it as an investment, it is abnormal, and we can use that to our advantage. Wednesday night going to Thursday morning, I will be streaming Wednesday night, 9 PM London time. We'll be going over all the abnormal skins, and of course, we'll be figuring out prices and doing the buy orders. So that is looking appealing. Right then, I think next I will now talk about the Blackout Burlap. I have seen many interesting Burlap shirt and pants come out in the past. But you might also notice when we look at all of them, the vast majority are basically in the positive ever so nice and comfortably. So we didn't used to see that many of these skins being accepted. This year, a little bit more. Is this going to be the same next year? That is a concern. But with what I just talked about in regards to the Whiteout boots, are we seeing that same issue with the Blackout Burlap? It is not as excessively bad compared to the Whiteout, but it could still be bad. How much is this going to sell by next Thursday? At the current rate, it's probably getting close to 40,000, I guess. I am concerned. Now, how popular is it going to be? Well, I know a lot of people have bought this because they simply want it. That's nice. But how many people bought this with the pure intent to sell? How many? And how many are going to be competing with each other? And how many are going to keep trying to sell these on the Steam market? 99 cents each is very approachable. But it's looking like it's already being bought excessively, so you should be a little bit concerned. And listen, if you just want to buy a set for yourself, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creator, keep them nice and motivated, keep wanting about nice creative designs in the future. Literally, if we get like a boonie hat, a bandana, hide clothing, some hide boots, surely that will spike demand, spike in price. And speaking of that, with the arrival of the Burlap clothing today, the poncho has been bought out and it's risen all the way up to $5. Maybe over the course of the weekend it keeps going up in price. We shall see. So, okay, looking pretty interesting, but still cautious about the amount that are being sold. So, all right, cool. Now, looking at these remaining skins, what do I want to talk about next? I think I want to talk about the toy Thompson. All right, so toy skins. If you could just take a quick look, these weapon skins are doing pretty okay. Not ridiculous, but still pretty okay. All right, then. So, as I look at all of this, and as I look at its actual design, which I have done very nicely in my Rustore rotation video, so feel free to go ahead and give that a good look, I did make some comparisons and say that, this is very nice and unique. If you look at the MK Ultra Thompson, for example, that's another instance where it just stands out so much different compared to all the other skins around it, and lo and behold, it's perfectly in the positive. Whereas most of these Thompsons, whilst they tend to do pretty nicely in terms of retaining most of their value, they are in the negative. And as much as I can sit there and say, but you could just still do a buy order, you want to make some decent profit. Now, this right here, it's probably not going to be the biggest selling skin right now. Of course, you can see that clearly. But if it still, at the end of the day, doesn't sell too much and people appreciate it as time goes on, yeah, no, that very likely will do nicely. Now, one thing I've also made a connection to is the batteries not included MP5. That's selling for like $7+ at the moment. But then again, there's other toy skins and whatnot. And as I said, they are still doing good. So if you're looking for something that might reliably retain value, and of course, if I could just quickly show the Thompsons, it's still something to make a consideration for. And the cheapest Thompson right now is still only $1.26. Most weapons and tools usually go down to $1 and less. But no, Thompsons, they seem to be reliable to a point. And if you look at all of these cheaper Thompsons, you might notice they don't really stand out too much. But our brand new toy Thompson right there, unique colours, quite interesting. What do you think? Feel free to comment. So, all right, that's cool. And then if I were to look at all these other skins now, trying to think of a decent investment, I think I will talk about the Glacial Visage sleeping bag. So it's been 3 years since we saw one of these being accepted, a Glacial Visage skin, but that's the beauty of Complete the Sets. We'll see some very random choices. Now, looking at that, I will sit here and say, I've seen it in game. Again, please consider watching my rust rotation video. That is very bright. If you don't have lighting set up in your base, well, that will definitely help you out. That is very bright, and it's an awesome looking skin. So, okay, that's cool, but what about sleeping bags this year? How have they currently held up? Well, as I show you right now, you will see that it's a bit kind of odd. Let me get this across. Ultramarine skin, so that's doing very nicely, probably mainly due to the fact the Ultramarine deplorables are just doing good in general. Okay, well, fair enough. These sold earlier this year, bright and pink, quite a unique colour scheme. This didn't sell too much, so all the better for that to rise up in price. And that is just goofy and silly, and yeah, that's doing pretty badly. It's a green sleeping bag, but it glows in the dark. Bit counterintuitive, okay. Twitch drop, that's bread. Not doing too badly though, and that's a Halloween skin that's kind of, themed towards Halloween, so it's kind of down in price. So we don't really have anything that we can compare with nicely and see how it's going to turn out. But I'll be honest with you, it's a very cool, quite literally cold, glow-in-the-dark sleeping bag. I think it will work out nicely. Now this right here, it's abnormal as well, so we can, look at that on Wednesday night and make considerations. But with all of these ahead of it, I'm thinking it's pretty okay. I'm thinking it's pretty all right. All right, then. Next up, I think I will now talk about the Tempered Armored Door. So a brand new tempered skin has been accepted. We've had quite a lot of deplorable skins now, haven't we? But as you might notice, some of them are down in price. But they're not down super bad. They're doing reasonably okay, retaining most of the value, of course. Down by 11, down by 12. That's up by 6, that's up by 60, and that's just retaining value quite nicely. But armoured doors, how often are you even using armoured doors? And then take a look at all the recent armoured door skins we have. We've got one in the positive out of the past 3 years. That's not a very good thing to look at, is it? No. And look at how many were accepted. We've got 30 skins there and only one's in the positive. That's not very appealing. Down 55, down 53, down 56, down 69, down only 6, and then, of course, down 28. So, a bit concerning, but maybe it only goes down to a certain point, but still, a buy order looks to be the best option there. Now I'll talk about the backpacks. So, just to be very brief with you, I do plan to make a video talking about this issue. They are the first skinnable backpacks, the first backpacks, the marketable backpacks, let's just say that. And the backpack has just become skinnable, of course. The point I'm trying to get across is, we've seen this in the past where when an item first becomes skinnable, the first skins that appear gets bought out a lot because, oh wow, it's finally got skins, I'm going to go buy a ton of them. And unfortunately, when we see more options appear, more skins appear with every other Rust store in the future, they become less special because they're no longer the first skins, or the only skins, if I should say. And with what we see here, 10,000 plus subscribers already there and 6,500 here, yeah, that's a bit concerning. Also, don't you think we're going to see some Christmas themed ones, of course? That's very likely going to happen, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get at least 2 of those accepted. So, oh dear. So I'm sure you get the point. Keep an eye out for these, and I will make a video over the course of this weekend. I'll probably record it tomorrow on stream. You're more than welcome to come visit me. Look in the description and see the links to all my socials, most notably my Twitch. And I'm going to explain with examples, because all I have to do is look at the previous items that became skinnable and showcase it to you very nicely. So yeah, be concerned. They are selling excessively, and lots of people are going to probably compete with each other trying to make a sale, which only causes the value of the skins to go down. So I've said more than enough. If you want to buy one for yourself, by all means, buy one. Enjoy yourself. But if you're trying to make an investment, well, wait it out a little bit more, and when I make that video, you'll see for yourself and you'll understand all the interesting details. And then lastly, we have the tools right here. Cargo Heli, yes, they have transparency. No, it's not really that helpful. And then you take a look at all the hatchet skins that came out over the past few years, and then you realise, well, hang on a minute, pretty much every single hatchet and pickaxe skin goes down to $1, because people don't care for them. Down 51, down 37, down 48, down 46, down 51, down 47. That's evens, but that's sold in Ruster at 99 cents. So it's already down to $1. Now, this right here, that's being manipulated. We can't really count that one. But as you can see, it just goes down, 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 down. People probably just prefer to use the DLC tools. Not that surprising, I guess. And then over to here with the pickaxe, the exact same thing. We've got that right there in the process of being manipulated. That, of course, was another skin that sold at 99 cents. All of these are basically down to 99 cents. They're not holding up very nicely. And that's going to be a 60 cent to 80 cent buy order. So a very straightforward, yapping session, but quite a lot of skins as well. So what potentially might be happening next week? I think we might have a second week to complete the sets. That's usually the thing that happens. We'd have 2 weeks. But nothing's been officially confirmed. But don't be surprised. I think at the very least next week we'll have some interesting collection continuations and a few skins that were submitted from years ago. If this was the dinner, next week would be like the dessert. So still some more recent skins, which of course you can see over here. My Rust Workshop skin checks for November 19, 2024. Lots of interesting skin submissions right there. But you probably just want to watch the video. And as you can see, scroll down. All the chapters are there for all the collection continuations. We've seen the Forest Raiders Furnace, for example. We've got a Thanksgiving Turkey Rock. Yes, that's a collection continuation. And we also see Ultramarine Tier 2. So consider giving that a good look. And now I can also point out that we also happen to have some Twitch drops. Yes, December is also going to have Twitch drops. And, of course, you should be well aware that we are going to have a Twitch Rivals event December 9 to December 13. I think the Twitch drops will probably at least last for a week. So it'll be like December 9 to like December 16. We don't know all the details yet, but it wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, 10 teams. Get a good look at this. I'll link this in the description so you can see for yourself. And I am pretty confident every single team is going to have their own Twitch drop. I am aware of 5 skins. As you can see, we have a Glacial SAP right there. And if you were to go to, Mr. Wiltram's Twitter, you might have seen recently that he was questioning everybody, which jacket do you prefer? Or is he getting a jacket made? And if you were to go over to here to my shorts, you will see that quite recently I have showcased a Team Rocket rocket launcher right there, and you also might have noticed I pointed out the Crowley sheep in the door with transparency, head height transparency, and glow in the dark, and a blueprint vending machine. So 5 more Twitch drops, hopefully just around the corner, and some general drops eventually as well. So that seems to be a wrap. I hope the video is nice, concise, and straight to the point. Keep an eye on the commits. We don't fully know what's going to be coming out for December, but it probably isn't going to be very busy. It's going to probably be a very straightforward thing. I think we're not going to see another big update until maybe around February. We shall see. We shall see. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it, and best of luck with you and your investments. Catch you later. See you. Goodbye.